Hi, everybody, and welcome to DD Talks, the Art of Specialty Lenses. We have a very special show today. Our show today features the winners of the Optometry Student Challenge, featured by ABB Optical Group and Cooper Vision Specialty Eye Care. Our winners are Cindy Lamb from Berkeley, Veronia Abadir from Nova, and Kalasander Larson from Pacific University. Hi, ladies, and thanks for being here. What I'd like for you to do is for each of you to tell me a little bit about yourselves, what you're studying, and kind of how you've gotten to this point. So Cindy, if you'd like to start.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Cindy. I'm from Berkeley, Herbert Wertheim School of Optometry, born and raised in San Francisco. So California girl, loving the West Coast. Just came from the East Coast where it's too cold for me. I'm a fourth year looking to specialize in cornea and contact lens, really love dry eye, really love myopia control. So starting to apply for residencies.
Perfect. Veronia?
Hi, everyone. I'm Veronia. I'm actually from Nova Southeastern University and originally born and raised in Calgary, Alberta in Canada, the wild, wild west up here. It is extremely cold out. So I definitely miss my palm tree weather, but enjoying the holiday season at this moment. I, like Cindy mentioned, also am very intrigued by cornea contact lens, as well as dry eye and myopia management. So I'm also in the process of actually applying for residency for those specialties.
And Kalasandra, can you introduce yourself today, please?
Hi, everyone. My name is Callie. I'm a third year optometry student at Pacific University, and I'm originally from Rapid City, South Dakota. And during undergrad in Minnesota, I got the opportunity to work with some neuroelectrophysiology, studying IPRGCs, which is kind of what piqued my interest in optometry. And I, like my fellow colleagues here, are interested in cornea and contact lens as well. And am looking forward to seeing how the future of optometry is.
Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the Optometry Student Challenge. The Optometry Student Challenge is a competition that these ladies went through that was a poster competition to allow them to present their posters at the Global Specialty Lens Symposium in January. These three ladies were in a large group of contestants that came through. We had 6 finalists, and these ladies were our winners. They came through with some great posters that we'll talk just a little bit about in just a second. For each of you, can you give us the title of your poster and what it was about? So Kalasandra, can you tell us a little bit about your poster?
The title of my poster was High Corneal Apical Astigmatism Masked with the Rigid Corneal Gas Permeable Contact Lens. And in that case, I had a 24-year-old male baseball player who previously was uncorrected, and he had 18 diopters of corneal astigmatism. So we were able to fit him in a hard contact lens, walking through the topography and kind of our decision-making process. And we were able to fit him with a bitoric lens with only 3.5 diopters of astigmatism in that lens. And he was able to see 20/15 ultimately. So it was an exciting case.
Veronia?
So my poster was actually titled Little Lenses for Little Eyes, Correcting Aphakic Children. And it was a case of bilateral congenital cataracts due to a in utero CMV infection.
Fantastic. And Cindy?
Yeah, the title of my poster was Post-LASIK Ortho K-Fitting, Flattening an Oblate Cornea. It was a case on an Asian female who turns out to be me. Post-LASIK corneas, a little bit of myopia left, so want to kind of keep it controlled during optometry school. Unfortunately, it did progress. So fit with 2 different types of Ortho K lenses, and one turned out to be very successful.
Fantastic. All right, thank you ladies very much. So I want to kind of talk just a little bit about what you do in school and some of the things that are very interesting for you. What was your experience when you started getting involved with the Optometry Student Challenge? Veronia?
So for me, it actually came more by surprise. I actually did not know of the student challenge until a faculty member approached me, just when I started kind of looking further into the case that I had presented. So when I did kind of begin that work and research, it was a very, very smooth smooth sailing, I guess, start of the program. So the challenge itself was very simple in terms of layout, in terms of what is required for the abstract and submission. So when I read about it a little bit more, it was a matter of just submitting really the abstract and kind of taking it from there.
Fantastic.
So it was fantastic.
Yeah, good, great job. Calasandra, what tips would you give to a future student that wanted to get involved?
Say just go for it. I actually volunteered to be part of this challenge because it was something that I wanted to get out of my third year specialty rotation in contact lens.
Mhm.
I didn't yet have a patient or a case or anything at the time when I volunteered to be part of it, but really working closely like with my my attending, I was able to build like a relationship with him and as well as the rest of the contact lens staff, like through seeing this patient through from the beginning to end. So it was a really valuable experience. And I would just say to just go for it and just put your name in the hat.
Fantastic. Cindy, any advice for students?
Yeah, I also didn't hear about this challenge until our current cornea and contact lens resident emailed it out and suggested I make a poster. Never made a poster before, so definitely got some help from him. He sent over his abstract and poster from a previous GSLS, so I could kind of know like, what is an abstract? How do you write it? What do you cover? So definitely reach out to your mentors and fellow residents for some help if this is your first poster, which it was for probably most of us.
Fantastic. So great learning experience for you guys then.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. If you could ask an industry leader one question, what would that question be? Anybody want to start?
Sure, I could go for it.
Okay.
That was actually a kind of tricky question, but I guess for me, just given the changes that are constantly happening in our optometric field and the continuous kind of threats that we see due to the online industry, where do these industry leaders see actual specialty contact lens fittings and sales of contact lens, I guess, heading? What direction do they see it heading into?
Oh, fantastic. It's a great question and a lot of things to consider. And I'm sure we can get some, when we're at GSLS, we can get some really good answers for those questions. So Calasandra, as a young and up and coming practitioner, what do you feel like would be the best focus for the future for the industry?
By continuing to reach out to optometry students being in school and the recent grads is kind of the best way to keep everyone moving forward. We are the most widely educated as far as our scope of what we learn in optometry school of any other optometry students that have ever graduated. So I think we're really an asset as far as like our knowledge base. So the fact that if we're empowered and we continue to see our value as that and our knowledge, I think that's one of the best ways, that support is one of the best ways to further the profession.
Well, and I absolutely agree with you. I've been in this industry for a long time, and I have seen the new students coming out their education is incredible. And I just think the schools are doing a wonderful job educating our up and coming students. So Cindy, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully with a dog that I'm not allergic to. Yeah, career-wise, I would hope to be like part-time at a private practice, really practicing specialty lens fits and dry eye and pushing the boundaries of what we can do as optometry, trying out IPL, for example. I just came from a private practice in Colorado. The optometrists there are just starting to practice that, which is amazing, with like a machine that we typically think dermatologists would mostly use. That is very helpful for dryness, especially in Colorado. And I would also hope to be part-time industry consulting, part-time educator. I love teaching optometry students, being a TA, so a little bit of that, and hopefully getting some more sleep.
That doesn't happen. Sorry.
Okay.
Not in this industry.
Got that one out.
Veronia, as the new generation of optometry, where do you see optometry heading in the next generation?
So kind of actually mimicking off what Calasandra said, the industry is continuously learning and expanding, and we could see that in our current students, as well as hopefully in the future students. So even with the continuous expansion of scope of practice, I'm hoping that we're actually going to continue to expand on our treatment and management of various ocular conditions. But I know that right now there is always a little bit of, I guess, of a threat to our traditional eye examinations, just given the current online industry and such. But I'm hopeful that despite that, our continuous growth in academia, alongside to the advocacy of our field, that we're going to have continuous growth in what we can do and what we can offer to all of our patients.
All right, you guys, this has been fantastic. Thank you guys so much. As a consultant working for a company, a contact lens company, where do you see yourselves when you're outfitting lenses? Are you relying on your consultants? Are you learning from them as well as from your mentors?
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
Absolutely. Could not do it without them.
All right, fantastic. All right, you guys, thank you very much for attending today. I really do appreciate it. And congratulations again on the leadership that you're providing and on the posters. I think it's just fantastic. I can't wait to see them at GSLS. It's going to be so much fun. So fantastic. And thank you guys again for being with me today. And I have a special thanks going out to ABB Optical Group and Cooper Vision Specialty Lenses for their support of the Optometry Student Challenge to help all of these students improve in their in optometry experience. And a special thanks to ABB Optical Group for their continued support of DD Talks, the Art of Specialty Lenses. Please stay tuned for future episodes.